Okay, departures, flight numbers. Mia, what's our flight? Oh, hey everyone, Justin here. I'm checking if my flight to Tokyo is on time. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed though. There are hundreds of flights coming through here every day, taking people to and from every part of the globe. Actually, this makes me think of our final theme of geography, movement. Movement is a lens geographers use to study how people, goods, and ideas move from one place to another, and how this movement connects places across the globe, contributing to globalization. But how does movement facilitate globalization? Let's find out. I was just looking out the window and there was this cargo plane being loaded up with thousands of products. I wonder where they came from and where could they be going? The movement of goods involves a complex web of interactions called the global supply chain. Supply chains are networks of companies around the world that work together to produce and deliver products to customers. Most of the products you own probably passed through many steps of a supply chain on its way to you. These steps involve the collection of raw materials, manufacturing, distribution, delivery, and sale of the product. Each step is like a link in a chain connecting the product from where it was made to you. Imagine you order a cotton t-shirt online from a European fashion company. What might each step be on the supply chain that brings the t-shirt to you? First, the cotton used to make the t shirt might be harvested in a country like India and shipped to another country like China to be processed into fabric. Next, that fabric might be sent to a factory in Bangladesh where it's turned into a t shirt. From there, it's sent to the fashion company in Europe where it's packaged up and sent to a distribution center. And from there, it's shipped to your local post office. Finally, your local mail carrier delivers it to your front door or a retail store where you can purchase it. Each of these steps is a link in the global supply chain, facilitating the movement of goods to consumers. But what happens if one of these links breaks? Imagine if the factory in Bangladesh shuts down after a devastating earthquake, for instance. Cotton suppliers would see reduced orders, impacting the farmers in India and possibly leading to job loss in the Chinese processing factory. The fashion company that designs the t-shirts wouldn't make any money, and retail stores that sell the t-shirts and consumers who purchase them would be impacted around the globe. A break in just one link of the supply chain can have ripple effects that impact the economies of many different countries. What does this tell you about how movement is connected to globalization? Every product that moves across borders ties countries together, creating a web of economic dependencies. Understanding how these supply chains work helps us see how interconnected our world is. Next time you receive a package, think about the journey it took to get to you. How many different places, people, and jobs were involved in getting it to your doorstep? Now, let's talk about the movement of people. When we go to a new place, temporarily or permanently, we bring more than just our belongings. We bring our skills, ideas, cultures, and experiences. How do you think this impacts the place we come from and the places we go? I've met so many people today who are traveling through this airport for all different kinds of reasons, bringing their cultures and experiences along with them. So let me introduce you to some of them. This is Akash. He's from India, but is permanently migrating to California to start a new job in the tech industry. Akash's skills and knowledge will contribute to California's economy as he joins the workforce. And he'll probably introduce some aspects of Indian culture to the friends he makes there, like his grandmother's famous curry recipe. But Akash's movement also has an impact on India. His departure will create a gap in the tech industry workforce that needs to be filled. However, he'll continue to stay connected with India. He'll call his family back home and tell them all about American culture. And he also plans to send some of the money he makes back home to help his family's business grow, also contributing to India's economy. So Akash's movement impacts the economy and culture of both India and California. Now this is Marisol. She's from Mexico and is on her way to France to attend college there for a year. How might her temporary movement impact Mexico and France? During Marisol's time in France, she'll contribute to the economy by renting an apartment and spending money on her college tuition, food, transportation, and more. The skills and knowledge she'll learn at her French university will help her get a job when she returns home to Mexico, contributing to its economy too. She'll introduce her Mexican culture to her friends she makes at France and bring elements of French culture with her when she returns home to Mexico. So, how are Akash and Marisol contributing to globalization? Every move we make, whether it's permanent relocation or temporary travel for work, school, or even vacation, plays a crucial role in shaping the world we live in. We're not just crossing borders, we're contributing to the global economy and global cultural exchanges. It's in these small but meaningful exchanges that our world becomes more connected. Every time you travel, whether it's across your town, country, or the world, you're contributing to the global community. Now let's talk about the movement of ideas. Throughout history, ideas have spread through books, letters, trade routes, and even through the movement of people. Take the Silk Road, for example, an ancient trade route connecting Asia, Europe, and Africa. As people moved across this trade route to exchange goods, they also exchanged ideas. Chinese merchants introduced innovations like the compass to the West. Islamic scholars shared knowledge about science and medicine with Europe, and European traders introduced Christianity to the East. Trade routes were the original information highways, laying the groundwork for globalization. But in our modern world, a relatively new tool has revolutionized this process, allowing ideas to spread instantly across the globe. Actually, you're experiencing the movement of ideas on this tool right now, the internet. How do you think the internet contributes to globalization? Cultural ideas like music, fashion, or food trends can spread across the globe instantly online. A viral video from Japan might inspire new dance moves in Brazil, or a fashion trend from Paris might influence styles in London. This constant exchange of culture makes our world feel a bit smaller by helping us form connections with people anywhere on Earth. The internet is also a powerful driver of political ideas. In 2010, the world experienced one of the first major online political movements, the Arab Spring. This was a series of protests in Western Asia and Northern Africa where people demanded democracy and political freedom. Activists used social media to organize protests, share information, and spread their messages to global audiences. But this event also highlighted a disadvantage of the rapid movement of ideas online: the spread of misinformation, which is false, misleading, or incorrect information that is shared online. Many inaccurate reports and misleading photos and videos were shared in an attempt to manipulate public opinion. The Arab Spring showed how the internet can connect people across the globe, but it also highlighted the need to think critically about the information we share and consume. The movement of ideas, whether on the internet or in these small conversations we have every day, is one of the most powerful forces driving globalization, helping build a world where knowledge and culture flow freely across borders. Well, explorers, I think we're ready for the International Geography Conference in Tokyo because we've conquered our final theme of geography. I keep thinking about how this airport symbolizes this theme, from the people traveling through here to the products being shipped across the world and the exchange of ideas happening in every conversation. This airport is a hub of globalization. We experience globalization every day. It's in the products we buy, the people we meet, and the ideas we share. It's what ties our world together, making distant places feel a little closer and different cultures a little more familiar. I wonder if anything in Tokyo will feel familiar. We'll find out when we get there. Until then, keep exploring. See you next time.